Hi everyone, this is Laureen and welcome again to my YouTube channel. So a question that I got from a few of you was, how did I get into the fitness industry, into the fitness lifestyle to begin with? So what I'm going to do is kind of take you through my whole journey and the process of where I was to how I got to where I am today. But before we do that, it's really important for me to let you guys know that you are absolutely perfect exactly as you are right now. You don't need to lose weight unless you feel like it's important for you to make a change. I don't believe that there should be a way that someone looks to be happy. I know a lot of fitness models. I am a fitness model, and I can tell you that just because we are smiling in the pages of magazines or on a photo, it doesn't necessarily mean that we have reached the epitome of happiness because we are at our very, very leanest. In fact, it usually is quite the opposite. To get to the leanness that I needed to get to be on the world stage and to do the photo shoot in the desert 2 or 3 days before I hit the stage in Vegas, I can really tell you that those were not the happiest of times. They were the most exciting of times, but being that lean is not natural. It is uncomfortable. A few things that happen to you is you are cold all the time. Your hormones are completely out of whack. You're hungry most of the time. You're lethargic most of the time because your calories are pretty low. Why I did that was because I had this amazing goal. And I was determined to see my goal come true and my dream come true. And I did what it took for each and every competitor to look her or his best on stage. And it was amazing, but it was uncomfortable. And I couldn't wait to get back to kind of normal, more body fat, and feeling vital again, because you don't really feel vital when you are that lean. I'm telling you this because weight loss does not bring you happiness. The way you are right now is perfection. The way you look right now is beautiful. Don't conform to what society or the media says that you should look like. So now that you know that I am absolutely in awe of each and every one of you because you are just so unique and precious and special, let's get to how I got to where I am today, from where I was not feeling happy in my skin. When I grew up, I was not a very active child. I did some dancing. I loved to dance, and I loved that. That was awesome, but I never did any athletics. I never did any real rigorous exercise, and I never really felt the need to. I had a pretty good metabolism. I could get away with whatever the activity was that I was doing, just kind of being a kid. I never excelled at any sports. In fact, I think I was probably not very good at sport when I was at school, at university. I got married when I was just before I turned 22. My husband and I got married really young, and I had my first baby just before I was 25. So we started our family pretty young. And again, I kind of went with, I had a great metabolism. I never really watched what I ate. In fact, looking back, my eating habits were pretty atrocious. I did not like fruit and vegetables at all. I didn't even like buying them. I thought chicken chow mein was a pretty healthy meal because there were specks of orange, which I thought were probably carrots. So that was vegetables, so that was a pretty good meal. So we did eat a lot of takeaways, and being young, your body kind of handles that. Then I had my first baby, not so happy in my skin anymore. Had my second baby, woke up one day, looked at myself and said, who the heck is this? Everything had changed. The way I looked at myself, the way I looked to myself had completely changed. And I realized that I was not happy. I had a baby and a toddler, and I was feeling on the brink of feeling ill all the time. Like my body was completely drained, that there was no nutrients in my body. I was tired, I was exhausted, I wanted to sleep. I had 2 little ones to care for, and I had no energy to do that. Plus, I didn't feel good about myself at all. I was battling postnatal depression. I had a tendency to become depressed, especially after my babies. With all 3 my babies, I battled through postnatal depression. So really, I was not in a good space at all. And for the first time in my life, I realized that I needed to change something. Either I needed to change what I saw in the mirror, or I needed to change what I felt when I saw what I saw in the mirror. And I gave myself about a week. I said, okay, if in a week's time I can look in the mirror and see myself exactly as I am and love what I see, then that's exactly what I needed to change, and that would be perfect. If, however, I looked in the mirror and I still didn't like what I saw, even with my best attempts to change my mind about myself, then I would probably have to change what I see physically. I would need to probably do some exercise, probably start looking at the things that I was eating, and that was completely daunting. And that's how it kind of happened. A week later, I looked at myself. I still didn't love what I saw. I didn't like who I saw at that moment in the mirror. So things had to change. And it took a long time to change. And it was slow little steps. I think it started with a program called Body for Life. And that was probably around 2006, 2007, when Body for Life was all the rage. A 12-week transformation program. And it was so exciting because what I could do was focus for 12 weeks on exercising, which I absolutely detested, hated. Going into a gym, I felt nauseous when I did it. I didn't want to even touch a weight, but for 12 weeks I could commit to that. And there were meal plans in this Body for Life book. I could commit to eating like that for 12 weeks. I couldn't wait for the 12 weeks to be over so that I could stop the madness and just get back to who I was, get back to eating what I wanted, whenever I wanted, and not exercising again a day in my life. Because see, that's the magic trick of 12-week transformation plans. You get to your goal in 12 weeks, it's super easy, and then it stays forever. Sadly, that did not happen. I did lose a bit of weight. I did start to learn how to exercise. In fact, we bought a bench and a few weights, and my husband and I started exercising at 5 in the morning in our bedroom because I was not going to be walking into a gym. After that process, of course, some of the weight came back. I realized I needed some help, so joined a Pilates class again, because that was not the gym. That was a very beautiful social affair with women who looked just like me, and we could work on our cause. No food changes this time around. So, of course, no body changes this time around, although I made some great new friends. So that was a plus. Next step, when that wasn't really giving me the changes that I wanted to see, was actually for the first time investing in a personal trainer, which meant I had to go to the gym, which was terrifying. I hated it, but I did it anyway, because changing was more important to me than staying the same. And this is the key. If changing is more important to you, you kind of will do what you need to do to make those changes until you feel you've gotten where you want to be. So in the gym I go, I've got this big personal trainer guy, and he was teaching me all about the equipment, and we were doing things like dumbbell press and all of these crazy things. And I remember one day saying to him, how long do you think it'll take before I can stop doing this? And he looked at me like I was completely insane, and he said, you do understand that you can never stop doing this if you want any results to last. And my world came crashing down, because I realized that these changes that I was seeking would have to be permanent features in my life. Thankfully, I had started to become stronger in the gym. And that was where it all started to click in. I felt stronger. And when I thought back on it, that's when I started to feel healthier as well. That's when I started to feel like things were really, really changing. And suddenly I was looking at my body differently too. I wasn't just seeing this thing that I was lugging through life. Suddenly I saw a body that could do things that I never thought it could do. It could pick up weights that I never thought it could pick up. And I got kind of excited about that. And that's really where the whole process of making fitness and health a part of my world and not just a goal to be reached and then discarded, that's when that whole mindset changed. Exercise had become a part of my life by then. It was something that I did. It was part of my routine, and it was a habit that I had created because I'd done it long enough. In the beginning, I did it reluctantly. Then I became comfortable with it, and then I kind of got excited about the changes that I was seeing in my body. I was seeing changes in the way I looked at myself, and I saw huge changes in the way I felt. I was still definitely not in competitor shape at all, but I was getting there very slowly but surely. And it was never a linear process. I would lose some weight, I would gain some weight. I would lose weight, I would gain weight. I would exercise more, I would exercise less, but it was never going to be that I stopped exercising at this point. I just done it long enough. And that's a point to just keep going long enough. And I wanted change that badly that I was willing to do it until it became a part of my lifestyle. And every single time I looked back, I saw that my priorities had changed and my goals had changed a little bit more. So instead of just feeling better about looking at myself in the mirror, the next goal was to feel stronger, and the next goal was to feel healthy, and the next goal was to have more energy. And so my goals shifted all the time. One of the amazing trainers that I met on my journey is a man named Andrew Goodman, who really became just a part of our family. And we had a fantastic relationship. He taught me so much in the gym, and he convinced me that I was good enough to enter a competition in South Africa. My mind was blown because that was not something that had ever really crossed my mind. I loved looking at books like Oxygen magazine and seeing the beautiful fitness models, but never did I really think that that could be me, because surely those women are ex-gymnasts, or surely those people live a lifetime of activity and gym and training. They must be born with dumbbells in their hands, because how the heck do you get there without that as your history? But I said to him, if you think I could do it, let's do it. And we did, and I had a great time. I looked the best I'd ever looked, and it was amazing. I loved it. We moved to Canada. It took a long time for us to settle down. I always exercised. I became a part of a gym immediately, and I knew that I needed to get back in the gym to find my sanity. That was my safe place. That's where I felt I had the most control, which was wonderful. And then one thing led to another. Before I knew it, I did Fitness Star in 2012 or 2013. I did the SAF Serious About Fitness competition, which was awesome. About a year later, I did my first figure competition, UFE figure competition. And then I set my sights really high. I wanted to be on the WBFF stage. I did that in Calgary last year, 2015, in June. And then I competed at Worlds in Vegas, and I got my WBFF Pro card. Now, lots of things happened on this journey, and it's those little things and details that we are going to talk about in a lot of detail in all the videos to come. The key points really are, I was never particularly fit, ever. That was something I had to learn. I wanted change more than anything else. I did not want to not like myself. And I was willing to put in the time to make that happen. I didn't always like the journey. And a little inside info, I still don't always like the journey. I'm still not motivated to hit the gym every single day. I still don't give 100% in the gym every single time I go, but I'm so grateful for the times that I do, and I hold on to those times because I know those are the ones, again, that bring change. So that is my journey in a nutshell. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do so. There's so many wonderful things that we're going to chat about. Please share this video with anyone who you think might benefit from hearing my journey. Hopefully we can change some lives together and have fun while we do it.